Good afternoon, my NPP peeps. What a phenomenal close. We gapped up this morning. It looked like that we were going to sell off into the afternoon, come down here, fill this gap. Looked like a failed rally, but bulls put their big boy pants on and push this thing through and closing above the 15 SMA with volume at the end of the day. Just impressive run by the Bulls. My hat's off to them because they made me a lot of money this week. So following the trend has paid very well. So now it's going to start getting very tricky, and I'll tell you why. It's because we have a lot of resistance coming up. We have the 0.618 resistance right at 29.34 of this entire move down. That's the 0.618. Right here, the 0.618 held in the 2008 bear market, also held in the 2001 bear market. So getting over this psychological level, 0.618, is going to be very important for the bulls and for this rally to continue. Because if we fail there, it will definitely start to seem like a B wave with a retest coming. We'll just have to see how we react to this level right here. And another reason why it's important, I don't know if you remember all these moves in October of 2019 when we sat in this box for, it felt like years. But it was only about 4 months. It was like July to November. So, well, it was about five months. But it just felt like just such a long time. I remember trying to trade this. It was nearly impossible. So it's just this big consolidation area. And the bottom of this consolidation area was right around 28.40, 28.50. And lo and behold, that's where we are, right there at this old consolidation area. So, does prior support become resistance? We just have to wait and see. First test is going to be this 29.34 area. As long as this uptrend line holds, we're likely going to see some sort of sell-off probably next week to fill this gap and touch the 10 SMA and this uptrend line. If it holds and we can close back above these highs, we're probably going to take out this 0.618 and retest this 200 SMA. And if we come down here, make a higher low, come up here and overtake this 200 and hold above, ladies and gentlemen, we could very well have another V-bottom, just like we had in December of 2018. Just a little bit steeper. Could very well happen. We have to keep an open mind. I know everyone is expecting a retest. Everyone wants a retest. No one feels comfortable right now because this move has happened so fast and there's still so much bad news out there. No one feels comfortable. But if you remember 2018, when we were coming out of this in early 2019, no one felt comfortable. Everyone felt like we had further to fall. Everyone. And then we closed above the 200, retested, and kept going. Retested again, kept going. So what feels uncomfortable in my experience is usually a good thing if you're on the other side of that trade. So if you're everyone's expecting this to retest. If you're on the other side of the trade and everyone's expecting the bottom to fall out of this thing, if you're on the long side, usually it works out for you. Not saying it's going to happen this time. I honestly think we could easily retest. But I just want to keep an open mind. I want everyone out there to keep an open mind and to make sure certain price levels fall first before you start getting bearish again. We'll definitely be waiting for this 10 SMA and this uptrend line to fall before we even begin to think about retesting. For now, we're looking for higher. I do think we're going to need some sort of pullback to take off some overbought conditions. Where that happens, do we reach this 0.618 first? Do we go all the way up, overshoot it to the 200 SMA first? Don't know. But I think before the next pullback, upside, is definitely going to be tricky, especially with this sticky area, this sticky area we're in right now. So we'll just have to wait and see what next week brings. But very excited. We could easily just get a gap up and go and just, keep squeezing shorts. So we'll just wait and see what happens Monday. Some names that I'm watching, and they are not tech names. I think tech names are just absolutely scorched. We made a bunch of money on them this week, but they're starting to get very extended and I think need a little rest. So we're looking at some names that have been deeply, deeply scarred by the coronavirus and are just now starting to show some life and could start to play a little catch up. One of those names is Delta, DAL, forming a nice little bottom here. It's holding these lows and starting to break out of this triangle pattern. So I'm looking next week for a move, a break above this today's high, and a move to this 28.30 level for a trade. That's one we're looking at. WYNN had a nice week. Let me go to a weekly chart on WYNN. WYNN has a very important level that has been holding for some time, since 2009. Look at this level, this uptrend line from 2009 is a weekly chart. Here it held, here it failed, but look what's happening now. It's starting to recapture that line. So let's go back to the daily. And as you can see, a nice W bottom with like a little W and then a V, which is a very bullish pattern for continuation. So if this breaks above today's high, we're looking at a move. The 0.50 retrace of this move all the way down is 87.80. We'll be looking for that. And then if it can break through there, you're looking at the 0.618 retrace at 95.54. So that somewhere in between there will be our target if this one triggers long. Disney, another one, just absolutely pummeled by coronavirus. Starting to show some life. We got, look at this, higher lows, higher low. Starting to get a nice triangle pattern here as well. If it can break above yet today's high, we're looking for the 0.50 retrace of this move, which is right around 113, possibly 121, which is the 0.618. So that could be a nice trade. One more is Starbucks. Starbucks is getting a little extended now, but still could have a move. Wouldn't mind seeing a pullback right around to the 10 SMA, and then a break of downtrend lines and a continue move higher. But we may not get that. We may not get that pullback. We just have to wait and see. It had some nice volume today. It could just gap up on Monday and continue to go. I'm looking for around 84, 84.50, right at the 200 SMA and the 0.786 retrace of this move. So I would like to see if we can get a pullback first. If not, we might have to chase higher. I'd rather not, but let's see what happens. So that's really what we're looking at next week. I like for the tech names to cool off and wait for those to consolidate a little bit before I get long or re-long those names. And for now, would like to play these beaten down names that are just starting to come out of hibernation. So that's what our plan is next week. Let's see what the S&P gives us. Ideally, here's what I ideally would like to see. Pullback. We might get a gap up Monday, but then a pullback, touch this line. Ideally, I would love to see it touch this rapidly ascending 10 SMA. Hold, break down trend lines, and then be able to get long SPY calls, as well as some of those tech names that hopefully pull back with that move, and then get them a little lower, and then try to take out this 0.618 and then this 200. That's the ideal scenario, getting the pullback early in the week so that then we can look to get long and extend this rally later in the week into the following week. But let's see what we get. It remains to be seen if this is a B wave rally or wave one of a next wave higher to 3,800, 4,000. We'll just have to keep an open mind and see what the market gives us. Just keep playing it day by day, week by week. All right, guys. I hope you had a wonderful week. We sure did. And can't wait to get back at it on Monday. Ta-ta.